2020 Democrats like Senator Elizabeth Warren want to break up the biggest technology companies.
Joining us for more on what these potential breakups could look like, former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney David Bruno, as well as the founder and creative director of Big I'd Wish, Ian Wishengrad. Guys, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
David, let's start with the legal side of this. What would it legally look like to try and break up undue acquisitions? Think about Facebook buying up Instagram. Think about WhatsApp. Is this even possible?
I mean, it is. It's certainly possible. This happened with Microsoft. And Microsoft antitrust action actually allowed these companies to foster. So is it possible? It is. Is it going to happen? We'll see. I mean, this FTC has looked at this before. And in fact, last month, they announced a task force looking at these very same issues. And Trump has said last year that he's looking at this as well. So it's not just Elizabeth Warren that's talking about all this right now.
She makes the point, Ian, that there needs to be a cop on the beat, that there needs to be some sort of regulating how big these technology companies can get. Two questions for you. Do users care? And then will these services still be free if the companies are broken up, if they can't get bigger and bigger?
So, yes, users care about their data privacy. So getting secure, and when you're that big, you better, really be looked after, like almost like a government contractor. They're that big in that respect. I don't think users care that much because the people that are mostly hurt by this are startups that want to try to compete. If you remember, Jet.com had to raise like $3 billion to try to compete with Amazon, and then they sold to Walmart. So it is very hard from a business enterprise standpoint to compete. But as a general user, the services are free and good for people, so.
Ian, I want to stay with this on the business side of this. Amy Klobuchar was at South by Southwest over the weekend. She pitched basically a consumer tax. And this goes kind of to the data privacy issue that we've been talking about so much, that if you're going to use our data, my data, Lauren's data, as part of your business plan, that should be a taxable transaction for big technology. I would think that would be a financial disaster for these guys.
Well, they do make a fortune, and they really have really high margins. And the fact is they do, like, data is oil in that respect. And if they want people to feel that good to keep using the platform, it wouldn't be a bad idea to say, hey, you win with us. As you give us more information, there is a little bit of a referral fee in some sense, or give me that. I don't think that's really detrimental to them. But the bigger situation at hand is that they are really too big and they are scarily powerful. And so it's an easy gong to just say, let's break them up.
Yeah, and that brings us to the whole Amazon question. Amazon, as they ironically open more brick and mortars now, they killed off, David. They killed off brick and mortars. So is there a compromise out of all of this Democratic talk? And Ian, as you say, that other people, Republicans, independents, think as well. Is there a compromise where you can make it easier for mom and pops, for other brick and mortars to exist in terms of regulation?
I think there's going to have to be at some point. It's going to have to be bipartisan, because if this does continue to grow in the manner in which it is, someone's going to have to jump in. It's inevitable, I would say. Let's just talk about what they're trying to, what Elizabeth Warren is talking about. I think partially it could be done through the FTC and the Department of Justice, and the other side is it has to be done through Congress. And it's going to require both chambers and the president at some point, because you're not going to be able to get, like, for example, one of her proposals is for anybody making over $25 billion not to be able to do business on the same platform that they have. For example, Google can't sell their ads, or Amazon can't sell their products. That will absolutely require legislation.
And there is precedent for this. Think about the Mall Bell breakup. And remember what happened with the Bell companies back in the day. This isn't unheard of. This could be a very possible outcome for big technology. David, Ian, thank you very much for dueling perspectives on this story.
Good morning.
Thank you.